you know, like, I wish he couldn't get out unless he got jumped out or something. Maybe he wouldn't get out. I don't know. I'm just fucking around. But I love fish, man.
Did you convince him and try to make him stay?
I've had a little conversation with him, but it was like at a barbecue or some shit. There's a lot of shit going on, so we didn't really sit down and talk about it. But right away when knew it happened, I was sending him a text like.
Now, ARBE, I want to move on to current news. First, you were one of the first artists to visit Art Basel in the early 2000s before it became huge. What are your feelings about Art Basel these days?
I have no desire to go to Art Basel unless it's on some art shit. And we did some art shit out there, and it was all guerrilla. You know, it wasn't like, which was dope too, cause like all the shows leading up to that were all in different states, and they were all like pop-up shows, that was like that was what started it. Is we all ended up going to Art Basel one time. Just by chance, we were like trying to get out there, and one of the homies from the crew was a travel agent at the time, and he got tickets for like $100. So it was like me and Versus were just gonna go, and then like, homies coming, Dry's coming, Fish coming, like all the homies fucking came. We all ended up at the same we got an Airbnb together, and then that birthed like the I don't know if you guys know about like the Survive shit, the Super Vive shit, which are these art shows I'm talking about that were in different states. There was like four of them. What was it, like Detroit was the first, there was a LA one, and then Detroit was the first one, then Louisiana. I might be having it fucked up, but and then there was Oakland, and then Art Basel. But like the homie J-Rock had ended up meeting up with us on random too. He went out there with some girl because he's living in Boston at the time, or Louisiana or some shit. He's going to like MIT and shit, and just happens to be there. And then we saw the movement, we saw what was going on. We just went out there for graffiti, but then it was like, damn, we seen this art shit, you know, like cracking. And at the time, what they were putting together, I just was supportive of it. Like I feel like that was another in the timeline, it was another mark in the crew where like some people were bitter because they weren't part of the show, and it's like there was like 6 artists, but the next year would have been another 6 artists, and it was like instead of like feeling like you're entitled to some shit, it's like just fucking support, you know. And that's what I did. I just went and supported, and if I was asked to do some canvases, I was like, I had no clue to what I would do. I didn't find a niche yet in my fine art, you know. But it opened my eyes to that shit. So like Art Basel was like dope to see shit like on a whole, like where you've seen cats from Europe coming, and like the New York heads, LA heads, you know, and then like that was dope, you know.
Last year at Art Basel, it seems like they painted a high-rise. All of it, different writers from all over the world came to paint their name on the high-rise. Did you see that, and what did you think about that?
I saw it, and I thought it was kind of dope. I saw photos of it before it was like completely fucking.
Did you get an itch to go maybe hit up an ARBE?
Well, I didn't go to Art Basel last year. I didn't go. So, yeah. So no, I just saw like the dopest shit on that was like LA people. You know what I mean? Like the heads from LA did it right. You know, like not to diss anyone else, but you know, just the shit that stood out. You know,
in recent news, there's been worldwide attention to LA's own Art Basel called the Oceanwide Plaza Skyscrapers. Do you recall first hearing about the Oceanwide Towers, and what were your thoughts about that?
When I first heard about it, I was like, damn, that shit, I thought it was fucking crazy. I thought it was dope. Versus was trying to get me to go one night, and I was trying to paint, like I have this, like, I'm trying to go at least, like, I'm going like once or twice a week, steadily for the last couple of years. So I was like, what's up? Me and him been trying to link up, but he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the fucking those towers. And I was like, that shit was all over the news and shit. And I was like my luck, I'm gonna be the one who fucking gets pinched by the cops. And then I was seeing so much of it that I was like I'm straight, but I wanted to go like I was more interested in going just into the building and exploring, because like I've been up on a high rise, abandoned high rise once, and that was in Louisiana with fucking drying fish. Well, fucking during one of the art shows we had out there, we fucking took some acid and we climbed this fucking tall ass fucking, I don't know how big that shit was. It was huge. We got on the roof and fucking, once the door opened up, it was like all this wind and shit was coming. So I was like thinking about that shit, and it was fucking raining. And then like versus like all the spots are like gone. This full versus like walked out onto the ledge a little bit, and I was like, in the rain, dog. I was like, like maybe if it wasn't raining, I'll go. So I didn't even fucking go. And then you know, now. Maybe now I don't regret it now, but maybe that week following, a couple of weeks following, I was like, man, I should have went. You know, I should have went and shit. But then I just started. It just seems too hectic. You know. Also, like I don't like need to like. I like just to be more little low pro. I don't really want to like meet too many people when I'm out there doing it. You know.
In your opinion, which was better, Art Basel in Miami or the Oceanwide Plaza?
The Oceanwide, dude. It's like fucking twice as tall, more buildings. I don't know the situation with that building over there that they painted in Miami. Like, I heard it was a hotel or some shit. I'm not too sure, but like, this was way higher. And then, LA was like, you know, you can see who fucking did the most on there. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, you know, hands down to fucking props to OTR when they did the fucking, 3 fucking stories per letter. Like, that shit was dope. You know, it was like, fucking props to that shit. And we were like, yo, some of the homies, me and Dewey, we're like, there needs to be some big KOG on there, big LTS. Like, we're probably the only ones that don't have it, you know? You'd see these news clips where people are like, if you an LA rider, fucking, you ain't an LA rider if you ain't hitting this shit.
Now, ARBE, moving on. I need to ask you about rumors that we're hearing on the street.